Hi everyone. Today I will present our work GNN-based unified deep learning. Imagine that we have three hospitals. Each hospital has its own deep neural network architecture. Here we encounter our first challenge, which is architecture heterogeneity, so that these architectures are not identical. Then these hospitals are training their models on their own dataset. However, assume that each dataset is coming from a different distribution, where we encounter our second challenge, which is data heterogeneity. Moving on to the testing stage, these hospitals deploy their model for testing when they are fully trained. However, the testing dataset is coming from a completely different domain than the distribution of the training datasets. Here, we encounter our third challenge, which is the domain fracture between training and testing datasets. So our problem statement becomes how can we enable collaborative training across fundamentally heterogeneous architectures without enforcing architectural uniformity under data heterogeneity and domain fracture in medical imaging? Previous techniques tried to address this problem. First of them is federated learning. Federated learning has been designed to enable collaborative training of different clients while respecting data privacy. Studies such as heterotune, heteroFR, and FetchHC2 designed a federated learning framework supporting heterogeneous architectures. However, they support only same architecture families, leaving true cross-family architecture heterogeneity unaddressed. The second line of work is knowledge distillation. This approach sidesteps parameter alignment by letting a teacher model guide one or more student models. Examples like FET-DFKD and FET-KD avoid weight level aggregation entirely, but they introduce another limitation. They require architectural alignment between teacher and student, which again makes it difficult to bridge fundamentally different model families. To overcome these limitations, we propose Unified Graph Neural Network (uGNN). uGNN tackles both data heterogeneity, where training data distributions may vary, and architecture heterogeneity, where we allow co-training of different model types. uGNN also supports Euclidean architectures such as MLPs and CNNs or non-Euclidean architectures like GNNs. Imagine that we have a CNN and MLP, which are conventionally represented in a deep neural network space with their weights and biases. We apply a model-to-graph transformation to uniquely map these architectures into a graph space, where each architecture is now represented as a graph with its learnable parameters encoded as node and edge features. Let's take a simple example, a CNN with a convolutional layer. On the left, we have a D by D input image, which goes through this convolutional layer containing three filters, each with size k by k. In uGNN, we apply a model-to-graph transformation. We first represent image features as a set of input nodes. Then each filter becomes a set of output nodes with same number of nodes as the filter size. For each filter, we apply the same transformation. Finally, we connect these nodes with edges where edge features carry the learnable weights in each filter. Here we have the overview of our uGNN framework. We have three parts: training, model-to-graph conversion, and testing. During the training, each hospital has its own training data coming from different distributions and its own deep neural network architecture. In our framework, we unify this set of heterogeneous deep neural network architectures by transforming them into graphs. Here I will explain how we apply model-to-graph transformation. Given a DNA architecture inspired by neural graph representation, our aim is to transform this into what we call a model graph. For each neuron, we have its associated bias B. In the model graph, we store this as node feature vector V, which is encoded with its bias value and nonlinear activation function. Similarly, for each neuron-to-neuron connection, we have a weight matrix Wij. In the model graph, we store this as edge feature matrix Eij, which is directly encoded with its initialized weight values. Once we represented these DNA architectures as model graphs with their corresponding edge and node features, we perform a disjoint unification to create a global block diagonal edge feature matrix and a unified node feature vector. In this structure, the edge feature matrix of each model graph is placed along the diagonal while the node feature vectors are stacked vertically. Here, edge features correspond to the weight and node features correspond to the biases of the original GNN architectures. After we encoded the learnable parameters of GNN architectures as edge and node features, we use a shared GNN that updates the edge and node features of each model graph with scaling, shifting, and nonlinear activations. Here we directly optimize the shared GNN rather than optimizing each GNN individually. At the end, we obtain updated edge and node features. In the testing stage, to simulate the effect of domain fracture, we create a different testing data distribution by mixing the trained data distributions. Then we test each trained model graph individually on this testing dataset. In our experiments, we use two datasets from MedMNIST collection. First, BreastMNIST is a binary classification dataset containing breast ultrasound images. Second, NomniMNIST is also a binary classification dataset containing chest X-ray images. Also, we used MorphoMNIST containing handwritten digit images with some perturbations reflecting the effect of data heterogeneity. To simulate the data heterogeneity in MedMNIST, we perform non-IID clustering by grouping samples based on feature similarity. We also create a random clustering setup which reflects an IID data distribution. We have four benchmarks. First, we individually train each deep neural network architecture on non-IID clusters. Second, we individually train each DNN on random clusters. Third, we train these architectures on our uGNN framework using non-IID clusters. And the last one, we train these architectures again on our uGNN framework with random clusters. In our results, we report the F1 score for each model on the image classification task across our four benchmarks. We use a heterogeneous architecture set consistent of 4 CNNs, 6 MLPs, and 4 GNNs, each with different widths and depths. The results show a clear improvement in F1 score when models are trained within our uGNN framework. As expected, the performance is higher in the random clustering IID setup compared to non-IID setup. In NumNamNest, we see a similar trend where models show higher F1 score when they trained in our uGNN framework compared to conventional individual training of each deep neural network architecture. Lastly, in the MorphoMNIST experiments, we confirmed that uGNN boosts the individual performance of each model, making it a suitable collaborative framework for scenarios with both architecture and data heterogeneity. So, in conclusion, what are the strengths of uGNN? First of all, it is novel. It is the first word to create a collaborative learning framework moderated by a GNN. It is also generalizable. It can generalize to unseen data distributions, performing well in domain-fractured scenarios. Lastly, it is fully heterogeneous. It makes no assumptions on the architecture of deep neural networks. Looking ahead, there are two promising research directions. One is large graph size. Model graphs can become memory intensive, and we need ways to make them more efficient. The other is sensible hyperparameter selection. We need strategies to find the best performing hyperparameter combination for a large set of heterogeneous architectures. Thanks for your attention.